Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is What Do You Think About Money? What do you think about money? So we'll get started just in a little bit. Make sure you go to roberthollis.com/free and get a copy of my PDF version of my book, and also all the other videos that I've done on all kinds of topics. So I really appreciate you doing that. So we'll wait for some people to get on and get started. Bill Shoemaker, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, make it super easy. Hello, my incredible wife, Terry. I love and appreciate you so much. And really excited about this title. It's like, a lot of people have some stinking thinking. Hey, Craig, how are you? Appreciate you so much. Hello, Mr. John Tier. Thank you very much for getting on. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Pat. Hey, Joshua, I got a unique thing to ask you. Why does people put something like dare in front of their name? Send me a message. I'd like to know why you do that. Hey, the Reacher, Scott Kloster. Scott Kloster, it's always great to see Scott on here. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So here we go. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. The subject for today is, what do you think? What do you think about money? What do you think about money? And one of the things I want each and every one of you to try to get is your thoughts, and more importantly, your feelings. Your feelings about money really makes a huge difference. I grew up, my parents, had me, go to Sunday school, Sunday school. I also went to Bible camp. It's funny, when I was going in, grew up in foster homes. One of the foster families had me go to a Bible camp. And, one of the things is, there's some thoughts about money that I really think this one's really good. If you guys want to write this down, it's really good. You'll never want to be what you despise, right? And so, let's say that you grew up like me, where there was people on Snob Hill, right? Snob Hill. They're those uppity up people, right? And so I also knew another thing about money. I didn't have any. And so, the people that raised me didn't have any money. And so, there was always this thought that, the people that had a big home, why did they have such a big home? Why do they have more than one car and they're new? And why do they go on vacations? And why do they have multiple homes, And it's like, the common thought is, money is the root of all evil, right? And so we got all these thoughts that we have in our head, and I knew everyone talked negative about people that had money, that they took advantage of their employees. We see movies all the time that, for whatever reason, listen closely, whatever reason, they vilify wealthy people. They usually are making fun of people that are not wealthy. They're usually mean to people that don't have money. We got the Scrooge, right? You know what I mean? It's like, you think about all these movies, and there's the rich person that's basically taking advantage of and basically pushing his wealth in people's faces. So I ask you this question. You need to ask yourself this question, because a lot of people are still stuck. I was talking to my son Matthew today, and or yesterday, and I said to him, why do you think that people don't do what they're supposed to do? Just that simple. So they know what to do, they just won't do it. And I know why people don't do things. It's their programming. It's their belief. It's their personal philosophy of life, right? So if someone asked you to do something and it went against your faith and your belief, the chances of you doing it is pretty slim to none. Do you know what I mean? So I'll give you some outrageous deal here. But what if I just reached out to you and I said, hey, Clarence, listen, there's a certain individual that I don't want on this planet anymore. And, I was wondering what it would cost for you to make sure they're not living anymore. I'm joking. Right now Facebook is flagging this video and it's going to the FBI. I'm using a theoretical example. But if you were approached with something that went against your beliefs and went against your programming, went against your personal philosophy, what is the chances of you doing it? 0. Now, here's what's really hilarious. There's a lot of things that are in our psyche and in our programming and in our faith and belief that we don't know that's there, right? It's just this automatic programming that's running. And so when someone, my mentor, asked me, tell me what you think about money. What do you think about money? You know what some people say immediately? It's like, well, I don't need a lot. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I don't need a lot of money. Your wish is my command. I just need enough. Oh my God. I just need enough to take care of the bills. I would like to be out of debt, but so far, I've been in debt virtually my entire life, so I guess that could stay there. I guess that could stay there. But I need enough to cover my bills. I'd like to, I guess my house is okay and my cars are okay. And, I really don't need to go on vacation. Are you guys listening to me? And so what you do is you say, wow, wouldn't it be cool wouldn't it be awesome? Wouldn't it be great? I would be so happy if, let's say, $10,000 a month, right? So $10,000 a month is coming in, and it comes in every single month. Some months it goes up, but, $120,000 a year. And right away, you'll hear people say, yeah, I wonder what taxes are on that. Do you guys always notice that people say that with the lottery? Oh my God. Did you see that? It's disgusting. Oh my God, it's pathetic. It's robbery. This guy won, $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. And talk about disgusting. Do you realize that he's only going to get $400 million in one lump sum? That is disgusting. The government took a big hunk, and then because you took it in one lump sum, it's less than the lottery of paying you weekly. So that cuts it down. And then once you get the check, then there's another, $90 million that's got to be written to the IRS because of personal gain. Man, it's just so wrong that this guy only made $400 million. That's all he's got left. And I hear people say that. Money doesn't grow on trees. Where does it grow? If money doesn't grow on trees, where does it grow? Money only makes you more of what you already are. So people think that, oh my God, money is going to change me. Well, what if it did? What if it did? You could find a way to stop making money. So let's say that you went out there and you put your head down and you learned to make whatever number you wanted to. See, me, I know money continues to grow from me because I continue helping other people get it, right? And when I show other people the good things that they could do with the money, You know what I mean? Maybe they're not money motivated for themselves, but they're money motivated for, to take care of children or charities or animals like my wife. And so you find out where you want to give money and you do that. So let's say you're making money and then all of a sudden you turn evil. Maybe you sit down and write out a piece of paper and sort of like a will, to people that are very, very close to you. And you say, listen, as soon as I become evil, you got to tell me, because I'm going to stop making money and I'm just going to go back and get a job and do what I did before. I'll tell you how much money will change your life. If you're one of those individuals that ever had money in your life, and when you got maybe, I don't know, a tax return or a bonus or, some way you sold something and you got this little extra money that's out there. Are you the kind of person that buys people gifts? Are you the kind of person that gives money away? Are you the kind of person that invites people out to a dinner and buys it for them? Are you a person that takes some of it and gives it to a charity? If you're like that, if you've given people money and never asked for it back, there's a really great sign that you're going to be the same person with more money. Does that make sense? So we got to get this sort of philosophy out of your head. And so now get ready, buckle up, because I got some stuff to really, really get down deep with you on. This one shook me to the core, right? So think about this. If you're a religious person, regardless of the religion, there's this saying that if you put me first, all things will be added onto you. So whatever belief that you believe in, there's usually a scripture of putting the Creator, putting God, putting Allah, putting Muhammad, whoever, Jesus, put them first, and all things will be added onto you. Now, I'm telling you a personal story. When I hurt for money, when I don't have enough money, I think more about money than anything. It stops me from sleeping. It makes me anxious. I'm like, how am I going to pay that bill? How am I going to get the money for that? How am I going to get the money for that? So when I'm lacking money, when I don't have any money, I'm thinking about it almost 24/7. So for that reason, I'm putting money first. What if the paradigm that I can shift for you is that, people neglect their relationships. They neglect their health. They neglect a lot of things. Maybe, spending time in prayer or going to church, if that's what you believe. Because if you're consistently thinking about money and you don't have enough and where you're going to get it, it consumes you. It totally consumes you. You might even become obsessive about it. And so with you constantly thinking, how am I going to get money? How am I going to get money? How am I going to pay that bill? Oh my God, how am I going to? That's taking all your time, and now you're not putting whatever belief you have first. So for you, God's not first, the Creator's not first, your spouse, your significant other's not first, your children's not first, all the things that are really, really important, yourself. You don't put yourself first, you put money first. So what if the lack of money put you in a bad position? Because let's just switch that for a second. Let's just switch it for a second. Have you ever had enough money? Or maybe a little more than enough money? How much time do you spend thinking about it? For me, again, a personal story, is when I really started making money, it's like not only were things paid on time, but then we started paying before they were there. And then we did auto. pay. And then all of a sudden it comes to the point where everything's on auto pay. Everything. And I know there's enough in there. So now the bills get paid and I don't think about it anymore. I don't no longer wonder, is there enough money in the bank to handle all the money that's going out? What would that feel like? What would that feel like? And then you can start finding out other things. You know, that you hire an accountant. The accountant is constantly doing your bookkeeping. They pay our family. They take care of the taxes. And then you got such a flow of money that your taxes are paid every week in advance. So you're now not trying to figure out how to not pay them. You're paying them early. You're not paying them on a monthly basis or a yearly basis, or you're behind. You're paying them every week. It just comes out. Click, 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 click. So now when you got that taken care of, what do you have to think of? Because you're not thinking about money anymore. So now you can put the time that you promised to spend getting closer, a greater relationship with whatever you believe in. You can spend time building that closer relationship with the people that you love, your significant other, your children. You can also spend the time helping others that really need help. I just love giving money to children. It just juices me up. I love orphans and I love foster, children. My wife loves animals. And every once in a while, if I log into online banking, you can always see her money going out to the charities that were taking care of animals. See, money is nothing but a tool. Money just allows you to do a couple of things. One, money gives you more choices. So when you pull up to go to a show, or you go to whatever, go out to eat, you don't have to say, you know what, I'm just going to valet park. I'm going to have someone else clean my clothes. I'm going to have, a nice dinner instead of the ones that I tell everybody to look at how much they cost. It allows you to buy just a little nicer clothes. So it gives you choices, right? But it also gives you freedom. So the goal that I bit into from when I seen this 35 years ago is that if I help enough people make income on a weekly basis and a monthly basis, that I could put my finances in a place where I don't have to think about purchasing things. What would that kind of feeling be? And so the bottom line one, of course, is a lot of people don't try this. I tried this. But I basically was like, is it really true that there's more joy in giving than receiving? And so instead of just giving on Christmas or giving on birthdays, it's funny, a lot of people in the world wait for a holiday or wait for a birthday or wait for an anniversary to buy things for the people they love. We're very, very blessed. I know that. I thank God every day, all day for it. But when we want something, we just buy it. It's like a birthday and an anniversary is yes, a special day. But what if when you wanted something, you just said, I'm going to get this for them? So what are your thoughts about money? Because if your thoughts are not there, you're in trouble. If your thoughts are not correct, you're going to not do it. Because you don't believe that is possible. You won't talk to other people. You won't connect with other people. And you'll keep beating yourself up, beating yourself up. Why aren't I calling people? Why aren't I doing this? Why do I keep attracting the wrong people? Because your thoughts about that, you are enough, you are worthy, you do deserve to receive. What if you thought, if I made this money, what would I do with it? If I made this money, what would I do with it? How can I make situations better? So I believe in you and I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you do me a huge personal favor, again, you can go to roberthollis.com/free. Get a free copy of my best-selling book on Amazon, a PDF version. And also do me a personal favor and share this video with other people. Because people that have a hang-up, a mental block, they're stuck on the thought about money, need to know that they have that and how to change it. So, I love and appreciate you. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life and be happy and fulfilled, let me be the first. People did that for me. I'd love to do that for you. And see you on the next video. Bye for now.